YouTube? It's me guys, ZevHadar here. How are you guys doing today? Today, I'm bringing this fantastic commentary over Nicktoons baseball, and in the beginning, I'm throwing in a little bit something different. So usually, with Nicktoons baseball, I would include a 5-inning game. That would include me playing against a computer. You know, me usually being the Red Sox, and the opponent, I should say, being another team. Now, in the beginning of this video, I'm going to put in like a little bit of a home run derby kind of mini game that Nicktoons Baseball has to offer for players that buy the game, and I find it really fun because it's like really like chill and very fast, and it's still like you don't have to wait between batters and between pitches and whatnot. So it's just like it says distance derby. I have my Adrian Gonzalez facing off against Alex Rodriguez. I'm Adrian Gonzalez, and gets excused me for the first couple pitches with Adrian Gonzalez. I'm just, like a little bit warming up, if you know what I mean. Honestly, I forgot how to swing, so, but I learned it. So from here on out, I swing. So then I switch over after this game, because this game is almost about 3 minutes, and then I switch over to a 3-inning game of baseball between the Red Sox and the Rangers, I believe. Yes. And so yeah. Anyway, so retiring. That's what this commentary is going to be about. Now, retiring is one, if not the most memorable experiences for a professional, not even professional sports player, just for a sports player in general. Whether you do play professional, whether you play college, whether you play, Little League, it doesn't matter. Pop Warner, if you guys don't know what that is, Pop Warner is like a town organized football league, and Little League is like town league baseball. For kids ranging from, I think it was like, anywhere from like 5 to like 16. I just finished up my Babe Ruth season. My Babe Ruth is after Little League, and I just finished up my Little League and Babe Ruth like leagues seasons this past year, and therefore I will not be able to play again in those leagues because I'm too old. But anyway, guys, so retiring is probably one of the biggest, if it's not the biggest, then it's one of the most memorable experiences for an athlete. I'll just say that, an athlete. And you can either go out with a bang, or you can go out with style, or you just go out with oh, he was forced to, or that was like a really like unsportsmanlike retirement. I just guess that retirement to me is the last image that the public has of you, if you know what I mean. So let's take an example. Like really quickly, guys, you can see that Adrian Gonzalez won 220,000 points against A-Rod's 57,000. So we won. Anyway, so now we're moving on to the baseball game, the actual baseball game itself. Anyway, so what was I saying about? Yeah, so let's take an example. Manny Ramirez, right? He was an amazing baseball player. He was playing for the Indians. He played for the Red Sox. He played for the Rays. Yeah, the Tampa Rays. Yeah. Tampa Bay Rays. Yeah, there we go. Sorry. They used to be the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, but that switched up. Anyway, so the Tampa Bay. I still can't say it. Tampa Bay Rays. Anyway, so with the Red Sox and the Indians, he was outstanding, except for the, some could argue that at the very end of his career at the Red Sox, he had sort of like a downfall, but his career was full of many all-stars, all-star game appearances, full of trophies, full of awards, full of, like major highlights like home run seasons, high averages, high RBI numbers, and just great defense too. Like there's so many famous clips of him, in the Green Monster, in between the different innings, when switching pitchers, not between innings. And also him, I think, playing in Seattle on the Red Sox when he went up to the wall and, he like sort of jumped up the wall and high-fived a fan after he caught a ball. That was pretty cool. But, toward the end of his career with the Red Sox, he was sort of like, lazy, kind of, not with the team, if you guys know what I mean. How else can I put it? Unsportsmanlike. Yeah, that's a really good way of putting it. And then he was traded to the Rays. And then he was caught using steroids, or has used steroids, and then therefore punished with 100-game suspension. Not 100 days, but 100 games. So that means he would not be able to play until 62 games before the offseason, or before the season ended. And instead of taking the punishment and taking the media hip criticism. The media's criticism. He just retired, and I think he moved to the Dominican Republic. Don't quote me on that last part, but he just retired. That to me was just a poor way of finishing off your career. He could have been a Hall of Famer, yes, arguably. I'm not gonna get into the whole steroid issue right now, of like whether steroid players that use steroids should or should not be allowed in the Hall of Fame. In fact, next year, Roger Clemens, Barry Bonds, and like I think Bernie Williams are eligible to get in the Hall of Fame. But that's a different story for a different time. But it would have been great to see Manny retire with with passion and dignity, and with this whole like ceremony and everything. And it was just like a bummer because I read it on like Twitter or something from MLB saying, like Manny Ramirez officially announces his official retire from Major League Baseball. It saddened me. He was one of my heroes growing up, and so was Barry Bonds, and so was Roger Clemens. I know they're all steroid users, guys. Don't hate on me, please, for not bringing it up. I will bring it up in another commentary, potential commentary. And yeah, so like I said, that's a different story for a different time. But I looked up to Roger Clemens. I looked up to Barry Bonds. These guys all had a disastrous end to their career. And you could see they were caught using steroids, and then they were let go by the teams, and then no one just ever picked them up. It was just that simple. But then then we have the really good retirements. That they've played all they can do. They've offered what they can offer, and baseball has taken what they can offer, and they've had a great stride. And some of these examples, it's gonna sound a little bit biased because they all were former Red Sox players: Mike Lowell, Nomar Garciaparra, and Pedro Martinez. Now, Mike Lowell, I went to his retirement thingy, if you will. I don't know if it was a thingy, but Mike Lowell's retirement ceremony at Fenway. It was very, very, very nice and well put together. It showed clips. It showed his whole family was on the field, and he got this nice plaque, I think, and it was all very, very nice. I still remember the day when he was traded over to the Red Sox from the Marlins in return of Hanley Ramirez, and we got Josh Beckett and Mike Lowell, and yeah, so that was really heartwarming to see Mike Lowell's retirement ceremony. And then with Nomar Garciaparra, if you guys don't remember, Nomar Garciaparra, this all-star shortstop back in 2004, was traded to the Cubs, and then he was on the Dodgers, and then his career sort of came to a halt when he was injured, and then he signed a one-day contract with the Red Sox, and then on May 5th of 2010, he officially retired with the Red Sox. Don't ask me how I know that off the top of my head, but I do. Anyway, so then you have Pedro. Pedro, on the other hand, he tried his best to continue. He took a break from baseball because his dad had cancer. He wanted to take care of his dad, which I respect like none other. All right, and he just couldn't play anymore, so he retired with pride. And then there's some exceptions like injury, with like Kevin Everett, who played for the Bills, secondary tight end in 2007, who was paralyzed, and unfortunately ended his career. Anyway, guys, thank you for listening, and peace out.
This video is part of the Way movement, a career path for YouTubers. To learn more, visit tgn.tv.